Reem Kassis, how are you?
I'm good, Chris. How are you?
So we've cooked together big dishes. You've served a lot of people, but now we're serving very small numbers of people.
Mhm.
And you told me you had a great dish for dessert that uses pasta. I thought
Yes.
that was really interesting. So what's the name of the dessert and what is it?
So in Arabic, we just call it shariya b'sukkar, which literally means vermicelli and sugar. And it's a very basic pantry dessert. So if you've got vermicelli, if you don't, you could probably get away with using orzo as well. You toast it until it's very nutty and brown. You cook it in some water that it's going to absorb entirely. At the very end, you add some sugar until it's melted and syrupy, some cinnamon, some nuts, and you're good to go.
So is this a recipe you just made up? I don't think you really make stuff up. You sort of you take recipes from your mother and your childhood.
Right.
This is a childhood recipe you're bringing back now.
It is, yeah. I remember my mother used to make it all the time, and I would know she was making it from the distinct aroma of the toasting vermicelli. But it's made across the Arab world. You know, vermicelli is a staple pantry ingredient. It's quite cheap, it's readily available, and sugar, everyone has it. So it's the quickest dessert I can think of. It's ready in less than 10 minutes.
So how do you make it?
So you start out by toasting the vermicelli in butter or ghee until it's a dark brown. You don't want to burn it, but you definitely want to get that toasty, nutty aroma out. Continue stirring it the whole time so that it evenly browns. Once it gets to the color that you're looking for, you add a cup of water for every cup of vermicelli that you're using. And you cover it and let it simmer or boil until it's ready, which with vermicelli should not be more than about 4 minutes. Again, check the package instructions and make sure, but that's a rough guide. Once it's cooked, you add the sugar, so half cup sugar for every cup of vermicelli. And at this point, basically what's happening is you're cooking it in a sugar syrup. The syrup's gonna melt, it's gonna cook the vermicelli a little bit more and absorb into it. And then you remove it from the heat, you add the cinnamon and a little bit of toasted nuts. I use walnuts and I use the cinnamon instead of a different spice, but you could use anything. You could do cardamom if you preferred or something else, like aniseed, for example.
Is this something that people would ever use orange blossom water, rose water with, or you just stick to cinnamon or cardamom?
So I'm sure it would taste great. I haven't considered doing that, but actually that's a good idea. I might do that next time.
What? I have a good idea?
I'm learning something from you.
No. So, you're at home with your husband, your kids, young daughters.
Mhm.
I think you mentioned to me that you're trying intermittent fasting. How's
Oh
that?
God. It's more like intermittent sleeping. I mean, I end up basically eating the whole day and fasting while I'm sleeping. It's not going well.
That's a
I mean,
great cookbook. The intermittent fasting / sleeping cookbook. Go ahead. Reem Kassis, thank you so much. A very quick 10-minute sweet pasta dessert from your childhood, and I will give it a shot. Thanks, Reem.
Thank you, Chris.